Hey guys, it's Lex here at LexReads, and today we're filming the Guilty Reader book tag. The original video will be linked down below in case you want to watch it, but without further ado, I'm just gonna get into it. Question 1 is, have you ever regifted a book you've been given? I genuinely don't think I have. It's possible that I just don't remember, but I have given away books that I've been given, like taken them to the used bookstore and been like, hey, give me some store credit for this. But I haven't ever like gotten a book, not been interested, and then like gifted it to someone else. I haven't done that. 2, have you ever said you read a book when you haven't? Of course, hasn't everyone? I mean, more than like in my day-to-day life, I don't typically lie about, like in my day-to-day life, if someone's like, hey, have you read The Mortal Instruments? I'm like, no. I read half of City of Bones and then never read any of the rest because I wasn't interested. Like, it wasn't my jam. Didn't really like it. And I don't have any problems with saying that. But in school, I very rarely read the books. And I very much always had to write essays on them. Have you ever borrowed a book and not returned it? Okay, so, I mean, I don't recall like taking any of my friends' books and not returning them. I am very guilty of taking my friends' clouds. I'm very guilty of taking my friends' books and then not returning them for like 2 years because I just like forget that they're not mine, and then I see them on my shelf a year and a half later and I'm like, that's Skylar's book. Or like, that book is definitely Nicole's. And so then I give it to them 8 years later. But the thing that I do and have, not anymore, but did do when I was younger, from almost every year that I was in school, from 7th grade or 8th grade, from 8th grade to my senior year, I have at least one book that is from the school that I'm not supposed to have, like that I just kind of kept. And it's like a school copy of the book. So I have Streetcar Named Desire, I have A Separate Piece, I have The Power of Myth, I have Chocolat. In 8th grade, I accidentally stole The Old Man and the Sea, which is one of my least favorite books that I ever read in my entire life. So yes, I have borrowed a book and never returned it. I paid for most of them. Most of the time I just couldn't find them, so I bought them. 4, have you ever read a series out of order? I don't think so. Like, I mean, not the first time around. After that, if I like the Harry Potter series out of order, in the sense that I don't, every time I reread them, I don't start at 1 and go to 7. I'll be like, I'm feeling reading the 6th Harry Potter book again, because it's my favorite. And then I will. So if that counts, then yes, but if it doesn't, then no. Have you ever spoiled a book for someone? Probably. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know. Have you ever dog-eared a book? Hell yeah. When I was little, I always dog-eared my books. So if you find books that I read when I was like 12 and under, they're dog-eared all over the place. I don't care. I still don't really care that much. I would do it if I didn't have a bookmark. Like, I said this before and I'll say it again, okay? Books that I can tell are used are my favorite thing, because I can tell that like it's a book that's been loved and used and it makes me happy. So things like bent corners don't bother me. I don't care. Sue me. That said, I will not dog-ear anyone else's book. Like, if you lend me a book, there's no way in hell I'm going to dog-ear your pages. But if it's my book, I don't really care that much. Sorry. Have you ever told someone you don't own a book when you do? I don't think so. I don't think I've ever lied about that. Once again, there might be something that I just don't remember, but I'm fairly certain that I've never lied about owning a book, like not owning a book that I do own. Have you ever told someone you haven't read a book when you have? I've omitted the truth a time or two. Like, if certain people start shit-talking like 50 Shades of Grey or something, I'm not going to be like, oh, I've read that. But I'm not going to say like, oh, like I didn't read it. I'll just be like, oh yeah, like those are some feelings that you have. Cool. Glad you have feelings. But I don't actively lie. So if that counts, then yes. If it doesn't, then no. Have you ever skipped a chapter or a section of a book? Once again, in school, for sure, all the time, yeah, I'd get bored and I'd be like, I gotta skim and see what happens at the end so I can like say something about what happens at the end. But also sometimes if I'm reading books and I'm just like not super into them, I'll like skip sections so that I can like get to the plot points. If I don't necessarily dislike it enough to DNF it, but I like don't really care and I want to be reading something else, sometimes I'll like skim. So I'm like, yeah, like I got the gist of it because that's all I wanted, you know? Have you ever badmouthed a book that you like? Oh, of course. I feel like everyone has done that at some point or another. And not even necessarily like the, oh, like I hated that. No, but like the Twilight Saga will always hold a very special place in my heart because it was one of those series that like really genuinely made me fall in love with reading and with fantasy and with world building and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm under no impressions of it being the most well-written, gorgeous piece of literature that's ever existed. Like, I'll be the first to say that, yeah, like, the characters kind of suck. And, like, the climax wasn't great. And there are some problematic things. Which, in my opinion, kind of counts as bad-mouthing it, right? To be like, yeah, there's so many problems with this book. Still like it, though. Alright guys, so that is my Guilty Reader book tag. Please be sure to go down below, hit like, subscribe, comment, tell me if you agree with anything I said. Tell me if you disagree with anything I said. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye guys. Love you all. Bunches and bunches.